It kind of seemed like it was this kind of softer reboot of these characters, but the actual film that you get, there's a time jump, and then the film basically starts and is like one of the most disappointing things ever.
What's up, YouTube? It is Drive By Movies with another episode of
Fresh Releases.
My name is James.
And my name is Blaze.
And this week we are talking about the new movie by Tony Cervone, Scoob.
Here we go!
If you want, you can pull over and drop us off here.
We'll walk home.
So this is the brand new 2020 release. This was supposed to be in cinemas, but now we have cinemas at home. So Scoob was released here to basically every service. I think it was on like Microsoft, Amazon, Vudu, Apple. So every single service, you could watch it at home. They're really trying to push this one. I think they're trying to jump on all the revenue that Trolls World Tour brought in. So we got to watch it here at home. James, what'd you think of this one?
Well, first, I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. It's what I grew up with as a kid. I didn't have cable growing up, so I couldn't watch Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. All I had was Saturday morning cartoons, or I could rent cartoons from Blockbuster, and the thing I rented probably the most was Scooby-Doo. I'd always get a tape. They had 3 episodes on there. I loved it. First 10 minutes of this movie, loved it. So much potential. Then just... I wasn't a fan.
That's I kind of felt like you would feel the same way I thought about it. I didn't love Scooby-Doo as a kid. I actually really hated Scooby-Doo as a kid. Like, I was always so bored by it. But for some reason, I decided to watch last year, 2019's Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, because I thought the concept was kind of funny. It's essentially just a Scooby-Doo half-hour show where each episode there would be like a celebrity guest that would be animated into the show, and like the whole plot would revolve around them, and it reminded me of old school Scooby-Doo. And there would always be like some episodes Ricky Gervais is in it, some would have like an NBA athlete. It was just always somebody random. You could never really guess who it would be, and I thought that show was actually really entertaining, and I enjoyed it. And then coming into this movie, I thought the trailer was really exciting. Okay, we're gonna get Scooby-Doo before like Scooby-Doo and the gang, you know. Essentially it's like when Shaggy first meets Scoob, your titular character, and the movie is not that at all. I think there were other trailers I'm sure of, but I just remembering that first trailer that we saw, that teaser trailer, is essentially the first scene of the film, which you mentioned, that first 10 minutes. And that was a really exciting premise. Like, and even when they meet the gang, like when they're all kids, like that seems exciting. Like before they became, you know, Scooby-Doo and the gang, like who were they essentially and what led them to become that. It kind of seemed like it was this kind of softer reboot of these characters, but the actual film that you get, there's a time jump, and then the film basically starts and is like one of the most disappointing things ever. Like, I don't know, I was so like bummed after watching the movie. Like, I was having to explain, like, yeah, I don't understand what happened. And I felt like if anyone was going to hate this movie more than I did, it was probably going to be you, because it just seemed like they were really gunning for making the Despicable Me movie that Scooby-Doo was in.
Yeah, I was kind of got that vibe, Despicable Me, the whole time with the new minions of these little mini robots. Like, some of them are cute and stuff, but there's only so much cute stuff I can handle when you already have a cute dog at the beginning of the movie. But yeah, I thought it was going to be like a cool reboot, something fresh and new. I didn't realize that they were, maybe in the original trailers they do show them as their grown up, older teenager versions of themselves, but I don't remember it in the trailer. I just remember them being kids, and I thought that was a cool concept. But the movie just relies basically on your previous knowledge of Scooby-Doo. There's some great character development those first 10 minutes. I would have loved to have seen that keep going, and then they just expect you to like know each character and their traits, and just throws them into a weird Marvel cinematic movie. I felt like, which just like, let's focus or force a superhero in there. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, superheroes are real in this world? This is bizarre and stuff. And just like, does that mean Harry Potter exists because they mentioned Harry Potter? Like, what the hell?
Is this Warner Brothers or Universal? Like, it just, they were trying to throw in it felt like they were trying to throw in so much stuff, especially, like, I don't know if you know, but the whole wacky races, a lot of the characters are in the film, for like no reason, and it just seemed like they were trying to make this like WB like cinematic universe that Scoob was a part of. Like I know it is Hanna, they're all both Hanna-Barbera, but it just didn't work with them also introducing new characters at the same time. Like these new characters that I literally could give less, like I didn't care for these new characters, or just like I couldn't understand whether that dog was like a robot or how. It's just so I felt like this was definitely made for a different audience. So I know it wasn't made for me, but I just felt very let down, and like less like this movie's horrible, but more like this is just not for me at all. Like it's just so confusing.
Well, fun fact about the movie is like this is a straight up fact about the movie there, and it's not fun though. There are 7 writers for this movie. I think 3 are for story and 4 are all people who probably tinkered with the script. I don't know who is whoever's responsible for the first 15 minutes of the movie. I don't know if like they went into the rest of the direction of this movie, but it feels like there's 7 different writers. There's so many different plots going on. The intro to the movie where Shaggy introduces the Blue Falcon, I thought like, oh, he's just a fan of comic books. That's his favorite superhero. But then when I'm just like, they throw him in and he abducts him through his spaceship, I was like, wait, what? Like, this is real?
Yeah. I have to say, one of the things, getting into besides the plot just being absolutely bonkers, for me, I really think what makes people love Scooby-Doo, and when I think of just the character and the old shows, like all these old series, I think at the bottom of it, for me, it's a monster of a week, and it's also like the guess who's going to be the villain, who do they introduce that will be the villain in this film. And this film lacks both of those, so right there you lost me. Like if you're not going to have 2 of the most iconic things in every single Scooby-Doo, like since the dawn of time, what's the point of this whole like why'd we even do this? Like it just, that was the vibe that I had at the end, is like why did I even watch this? Why did they even make this? It seems like you lost the core of what people like it for.
Right, yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's the case. I didn't even know about the concept show that you just talked about at the beginning of this episode. I'll definitely like look that up. But yeah, there's just so many just different changes that felt unnecessary. It could have gone in so many different directions. Like I'd say just stick with the originals, or stick with, if you like the monsters being real, I think Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is still like the best Scooby-Doo movie that we've gotten. Fun facts, I love Scooby-Doo so much, I pitched an idea for a sequel or reboot for our show Sequel a while back, so definitely check that out. Or actually no, it's for the movie, just I wanted a new version of it, and hopefully someday we'll get it. But yeah, this just wasn't it for me. Maybe it'll be successful. I ended up buying it instead of renting it because it was only $5 more. So I'm stuck with this movie. Yeah, now I'm just stuck with this movie. Do you think you'll ever watch
it again?
No, I can see me putting it on for like a nephew or something, or like a cousin, but all my cousins are growing up, so it's just gonna collect dust on my virtual voodoo account.
I would love to know what kids think of the movie. I'd be interested to see what they thought of it. As an adult, like, and somebody who knows about Scooby-Doo, it was just very disappointing. Like, it was honestly disheartening. I was like, I understand why they made these decisions, I guess, but at the end of the day, this film's not for me. Like, as a fan of Scooby-Doo, this is just not for me. Like, it was frustrating in that sense.
Yeah. There's definitely a way to make it appeal to new people and old fans, but just I felt like they just alienated old fans and just went strictly for newer fans and just kids. But yeah, whatever. It's still a kids movie. It wasn't meant for me, but there's definitely a way to make a movie for both adults and kids, and this ain't it. Yeah.
This ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, this ain't it, Chief. Yeah. I'll stick with Paddington from currently.
Yeah. There's a good movie that nails a character that I don't think... Did you have a lot of knowledge of that character before seeing those movies?
No, I knew of Corduroy. I heard of Paddington, Corduroy. But I got the two mixed up. But yeah, but now I'm a huge Paddington
You were in
fan.
The seat for Corduroy, and it was Paddington. Is there a Corduroy movie?
I don't think so. I mean, what's it called? Paddington hasn't been as successful in the U.S. as it has been in the UK. Yeah. I mean, it is a UK film, but what's it called? Maybe, someday the U.S. will bring out Corduroy and try to put a universe between those two bears.
Did you see? It's totally off topic, but did you see Peter Rabbit? Was that decent? Like, because those were characters that I also enjoyed as a child. Like, were those characters?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do remember
I
hearing
know.
like decent things, but yeah, I never got around to seeing it though.
Yeah, when it really comes down to it for me, though, if you're a huge fan of Scooby-Doo, if you know anything or watched any of the other series, like, not just the recent one, like, honestly, I feel like no one watched that recent one. I had just caught it, and, like, I did enjoy it. But if you just watch any of them, like, the things that you would like about Scooby-Doo are not going to be in this movie, most likely.
Right.
So, I can't recommend it if you like Scooby-Doo. Maybe if you have a kid, show it to him, but close your eyes the whole time, honestly.
Yeah, for me, I mean, coming from, not a huge Scooby-Doo fan, but, I grew up with it. I enjoyed it. This is just not the one that we were hoping for. You hope with a big studio release that you're going to get the best, and this isn't it. And, I was excited to watch a new movie, but then I was just disappointed and just like, I'll just keep looking for old stuff on Netflix still.
Definitely. You could rewatch Tiger King for the 80th time, and then, I guess maybe that'll be the same equivalent of watching this new film.
I mean, yeah, sounds like we're both in the same boat. Just disappointing, but if you still want to check out the movie, the best way to help support the show is by watching it or buying it through our Amazon affiliate link in the description box below.
And if you haven't already, smash that like button, guys. Click the subscription button and also click that notification bell to get all of our latest updates.
Drive-by movies concluding this week's episode of Fresh Releases. Tune in next week for another new video.